Hi there everybody, welcome to day 4 of the challenge. And what a challenge, what a challenge. This one has really stumped me, not because of how I'm going to show up on camera or whether the lighting's right. And I talk about the lighting, look at this, the sun is shining through the window and yet at the same time it is chucking down with rain outside. So not at the beach today, that's for sure. I've sat there and I've thought, what book? And I have so many stories around books. And yes, as a part of my practice and coaching and facilitation, I am a storyteller. Haven't written a book, not sure if I'll ever write a book, possibly it will creep out. But books have been key to me my whole life. And like many, I've started with the Enid Blytons and worked my way through. I've gone through periods where I don't read. I've gone through periods of self-help books only. And then last year or so, I started to pick up, is it fiction, non-fiction? Stories anyway. Non-fiction, is that the non-facts one, the stories? Non-fiction, because I wanted to come back away from the self-help books because they always seem to take me up, 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 up. And life around me is still here, still at this level. And I it's okay doing all the self-help, but it wasn't necessarily keeping me with where everything else is. And as I'm on planet Earth, I need to mix with people. So as a fictional book, is that the word? I still haven't worked it out. As a storybook, one of the most amazing books I read was Eat, Pray, Love. I absolutely loved it. And as a part of my coaching, relationship coaching, Eat, Pray, Love taught me so much about relationships. She has a second book, Committed, which has a third book now, actually, Elizabeth Gilbert, Committed. And Committed wasn't quite the same as Eat, Pray, Love, but it taught me about marriage, about relationships, of tradition and why we do it. And it just opened up a whole new world. But one of the books that really helped me will have to be Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. At a time of going through a divorce, of feeling everything falling apart, my health wasn't in good order, and I picked up Louise Hay and I started to work through it. And there is a point there where I have to tell myself, I love myself fully, whole, complete. I love myself. And I felt so fake, so disconnected, and it took hours to work through this process, but I worked through it and I realized the value of loving me, because how I am with me is how other people are with me. And so by the way we treat ourselves, other people treat us that way. And if we're finding all the faults in ourselves, other people are going to find the faults in us. So it was really powerful. And very recently, actually, on the day she passed, her book became valuable to me again. When I heard that she'd passed away, I felt like I'd lost a relative. I felt like I lost somebody really key in my life. And this was at a point where I was being challenged to start doing Facebook Lives, which is just before doing these videos. And I sat with her book in front of me. Well, it's actually in front of me in front of me. It's always there when somebody had told me that she'd passed. And I sat there and I was like, I'm so afraid of doing these videos because of my hair, my lack of eyebrows, my everything to do with my autoimmune challenges that I have. And I just thought, do you know what? I do love myself. And I was worried about judgment of others. And I twisted it round. It doesn't matter, because it's all about my message. And if people are not ready for my message, or I'm not the right teacher or messenger for them, that's okay. So I sat with her book and I sat with her memory, and I just went on air, literally for the first time on my wall, and shared how this lady had shown me, not just once but twice, that when I just love myself, be myself, own myself, everything else is perfect, whole and complete. So I'm going to give the credit really to Louise Hay. I could mention many other great books. I was actually going to talk about the Celestine Prophecy, because I think that's an amazing book that I read once and it took forever. And I read last year, January, and I was like, wow, I've lived the journey of the Celestine Prophecy without even knowing it. It all makes sense to me. And so I feel that that's another amazing book. So there's 3 there that I've given you, not just one. So my first, Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert. My second, You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. And my third, Celestine Prophecy by James Redfield. I think it's James Redfield. I'm sure it's James Redfield. So there we have it. They're my books. Oh my gosh, I can't do that. It's 5 minutes, 40 odd seconds. Really sorry, but I hope these books and this information is really powerful. And it stopped raining, but the sun's gone. Until tomorrow, I look forward to watching your videos today on what books you recommend to me, because I'm loving books. Thank you for now. It takes so long to turn off this way. Have these gadgets and they don't work. It still doesn't work. I don't know what's happened to my camera. My camera stopped working. I can't stop the video.